What's happening, Chipping Squad? Welcome your beautiful faces back to the channel. We're doing the coaching series again, and we're on Platinum, which is most highly requested, I would say, alongside Diamond. So definitely excited to review this. So a quick shout out goes out to Oscar. Let's go ahead and leave a like on his video and leave our beautiful watermark. Boom. And if you guys are new to the coaching series, this is essentially reviewing subscribers' gameplays, pointing out mistakes, things that I would do in the situation instead, and all of that jazz. So let's hop into this game here. So we're going to be running a Lifeline Caustic and a Wraith. Lifeline Caustic Wraith. So not bad at all. This is actually similar to the last coaching series that I did, where it was Lifeline Caustic and Octane. But we're swapping Octane for Wraith. Still a mobility character to get your team from point A to point B. So this is a solid setup. Okay, so it looks like they're dropping Gardens. And is it contested? I'm not sure. Right now, you definitely should be spinning around. There you go. Spin around. See who's landing with you. And it should be free. Free loot here, and then you can rotate. One thing I am going to point out right away as soon as this starts is the FOV. And although it is personal preference, it comes to a point where it does affect your gameplay if you're running too low of an FOV. And for those of you guys who are unfamiliar what FOV means, it's field of view. And the lower you have your field of view in the settings option, the lower you have it, the more zoomed in your screen is going to be, the less of your surroundings you're going to be able to see. So it's basically giving you more blind spots on your left and right side. And obviously, if you increase it, it's going to zoom out your left and right side of the screen. You're going to be able to sort of see people trying to cross, flank you. A lot more stuff you're going to pick up on that you normally won't see if you're playing on sort of this style FOV. Personally, I would think this is around 70 to 80. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Maybe you guys know. Now, it's not a bad thing if you play on a low FOV. Some people don't sit that close to their monitor or their TV. So when you play on a lower FOV, it zooms everything in for you. So when it comes to long range targets, you're going to be able to see them much easier. And then if you crank up the FOV, let's say 100 plus, then you try to go for long range shots. You definitely have to be aware that you got to start pinpointing those shots in. So there's pros and cons to lowering and increasing your FOV. Personally, what I would recommend on average for everyone to use is 90 plus. I play on 104, but if you can get used to playing on a higher FOV and still be able to connect and see long range targets, go for it. You definitely want to increase that FOV. Now, something I'm noticing on top of the FOV is his sprint view shake. As you can tell, when he's running in a straight line, he's sort of bobbing left to right. And I usually keep mine on minimal, which keeps a very fluid motion when you're running in one direction or just moving anywhere around the map. And when it's less bob, it's going to help you focus on enemies, help focus on your gameplay, which is much better overall. So make sure you're using minimal for sprint view shake. And again, increase your FOV if possible. So they're going to go ahead and loot Gardens up. They landed uncontested, which is great. They're going to get all their loot, and then I will catch you guys when the action starts. Rotate it over to energy right away. Come across the squad. Laying down beautiful hemlock shots. There you go. And he's running the hemlock volt combo. Pretty solid setup. AR for long range, volt for close range. Beautiful cleanup there. 2v3 situation. Horizon's completely lit. About 40 HP at max. And then Wraith goes down, though. Did she get knocked by these two players? Yeah, she got bowed. Yep. You are playing Lifeline. Definitely go back and tap. Don't get over aggressive. You don't have an escape ability when you are playing Lifeline, so a beautiful play there. And Caustic actually knocked the Octane here. I didn't even notice that. So we're looking for one here. I believe it's the Horizon. Doing a nice job laying down the shots, backing up when you need to, and getting aggressive. That's some beautiful shots there on the Horizon. There we go, cleaned up. So let's go ahead and back it up here. This is the start of the gunfight. They rotated all the way from Gardens right to energy. They didn't send shots from afar. Keep that in mind. This is so crucial. But if you can, work and close the gap on a team really nicely, if they don't notice you, that way you can get that first knock really easy. First knock is crucial. Manages to pick it up here with some beautiful hemlock shots. When you get to platinum lobbies, you really have to be holding hands. This is the platinum wall. When you go on Apex Tracker and you look at leaderboards for ranked, And you can see percentages of where people get stuck at. But Platinum and Diamond is really high up there. It's like a 30 to 40% of the player base is stuck in these type of ranks. And that's because when you get to Platinum, I'd say about majority, 80%, maybe 75% of the squads are 3-stacked. They're all partied up. They're all communicating with mics. So when you're trying to solo these lobbies, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible. Obviously, you can do it, but it will take more time than if you were playing with a full squad. So you do a phenomenal job cycling back. You already cleaned up the player that you knocked. So now you're going to make it a 3v2 situation and let them push you. There you go. There's that caustic knock. So now it's a 3v1 situation. And you go right away for the insta cleanup, which is good. Making it a 3v1 guaranteed. No possible chance of rezzing. You see him sniping off to your right. And then you guys all collapse on him with different angles and wipe them together, which was phenomenal. Caustic goes down, but again, Lifeline is very good for the res. And look at this loot. 5 batteries, med kits for days, scopes for your guns. You guys are stacked. You got early KP, which is really clutch. If you can get early KP, go for it. Because if you wait, you spend all the time looting, and then you go to endgame. Here's another squad. What the heck's going on here? Random Watson. Let me pause it real quick so I want to finish what I was going to say. If you spend so much time looting, when you do end up deciding to fight, other squads will be absolutely stacked out of their mind. So it's going to be a harder fight for you to take. So early KP is so nice to have. If you can get it, if you could take a fight really early and then get out of the spot, do it. So that way you don't get insta third party, put yourself in a bad spot, get the KP, and then rotate. We have this random Watson here. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I don't know what was going on there. What is that Watson doing? Scuba Steve. Now let's see if Watson's teammates come over. Try to grab the banner. If you guys are really greedy, just camp the banner. You'll get some more KP. And you're almost at max already. 3. And you guys had some comments actually before, I believe in the gold or silver video. KP is kill points. Your kills and assists added together is your total KP. You get capped at 6. So you can't get more than 6 KP for it to count for RP. RP is the points that you get to actually level yourself up through the ranks. Right now, he has 2 kills, 1 assist. So that's considered 3 KP. He's halfway there. The game, look at 10 squads left, 25 up. Still a lot of playtime and a lot of squads in this game. You should not be worried about KP at all, unless it comes down to, I'd say, about 6 squads or less. When you get to 6 squads and less, then you start worrying about KP if you have none. But if you have around 2 to 3, you can still play zone, get the KP at the end of the game, not worry about it. I think that's like the #1 thing when it comes to ranked. People try to force their KP right away, and then sometimes that can throw your own game. An enemy just actually pulled off a res here. That's some good shots on that Octane there. Especially without a stabilizer on the Hemlock. Decide to go for the push. Definitely ape this right away. Back out. Get out of there instantly. Don't even take this fight here. This is a 2v1 situation, plus you're versing a Caustic and an Octane. That's going to be a tough fight to take. So now it's a 3v1 in this situation, and Caustic is able to go in there. Even if it's friendly or enemy gas, he is vibing. And he picks up the other kill. Very interesting game so far, though. 8 squads left. It's dying out pretty quickly. A lot of people are taking fights. In terms of loot, you guys are absolutely stacked. You can take any fight you want if you want to get greedy. Wraith ends up pinging an enemy over here, which could be the solo that's left on this team that they wiped from the bottom here. Yep, he's going right for banner. I hear him right underneath you. And now he's running away. So it's the Octane. He manages to escape somehow. Always a little sneaky son of a guns, huh? You're not going to catch an Octane, though. 100% you won't catch this guy. If he's a good Octane, you're not going to catch him. I don't know why he's trying to take the fight, though. If he just stims out, he's gone. He's trying to take the fight. Oh, God. Good shots on the Volt there. Beautiful cleanup. Now, you are using a 1 to 2 times on the Volt, which is very uncommon. Personally, the 1 to 2, I absolutely hate it. I hate it with a passion. I would use a 2 times on a Volt, no problem. But obviously, I prefer a 1 times, whether that's Hollow, Classic, or maybe even a Digi threat. But a 1 to 2 times is kind of icky on the Volt. I think it clutters most of your screen. Right, here's a good example. Not only is the scope completely surrounding an enemy, like top and bottom, you know how a bruiser has it cut off on the top, so you only have sides that you have to worry about. blocking your vision. This is a whole circle, number one, which is bad. Number two, it's also a hollow reticle. Hopefully Apex comes out where you can actually change your own reticle. They are coming out with different colors, so we don't have to use colorblind mode, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait for that. Definitely going to be using a blue color. But if Apex can add in reticle options where you can change and customize it, because Splitgate already has that, which is insane since it's only in beta. If they can do that, I would be so happy. But nevertheless, again, 1-2 is still good, but it does have more cluttered feel, which I prefer. A bruiser, classic, even a hollow, just the 1x hollow I like a lot too. So ring 2 is just about to finish closing, and it closes. I want to see where this zone pulls, and I want to see if he pulls out the map. So it's pulling towards Hammond, center Hammond. Right now, top of the donut building where you guys are, aka waterfall. This is definitely a dominant spot to hold. Now, once it closes after this, most likely it's going to be closing on Hammond. And then that's when you want to get either height on Hammond, but you guys have a caustic. So theoretically, if you didn't have a caustic, height on Hammond is a solid spot. If you do have a caustic, then you can play inside of Hammond because you can lock it down. And then only squads with a caustic could be pushing that you really have to worry about. But other than that, you guys are playing it very good. 3-1, 4 KP. So you shouldn't be worried about KP whatsoever in this situation. Only 4 squads left with a question mark. This is a fast game. My goodness. But your shot right now is looking really crispy. You're landing some nice shots, especially with the Hemlock and the Volt. You're doing a phenomenal job. And it's nice to see someone not using a 301, because 301 is like a staple, especially in ranked. Platinum lobbies and above, everyone's using 301. Oh, you end up swapping the Hemlock for a Kraber. Okay. And if you have really good recoil control on the Volt, you can use it like a 301. Make no mistake about it. When it's decked out, when you have a really good stabilizer like he does here, a level 3, and if you have a scope on it, once you learn to control that recoil at mid-range, you're going to start to lock down some long-range shots to you. The Volt will surprise you. Even though it got nerfed, it needs another one. I'm telling you right now, it's such a strong gun. It's a deleting machine. It'll literally delete enemies. You're getting both from the left here. See if you can knock him with this Kraber here. Oh. Uh-oh. A little bit higher. He's way too far. You got to aim way higher. There it is, right there. Shoot right there. Woo! A little 145 action. Okay. That should have been a headshot. I feel like you should have knocked him there. I wonder how far that's out. Maybe like 300 meters. Oh, come on. No way. Oh, my. He just hit a collateral from that range. Holy. They're probably going to get the res if you push that. There's no way you can get there in time unless you have a path to make a zip line or an octane with a jump pad. So even if you guys push this, they'll be fully reset at 100%. He's not going to peek. They're just going to hide in that little house there and bunker down. Oh my goodness, that was insane.
The rewards in that care package could be a deciding variable. I've noted your appreciation.
They are so mad. They are so mad right now. They're just sending shots. And this is a really good end zone for a Kraber. You have the best positioning in terms of height. So you can really scope out these enemies and have beautiful angles on them. If that guy tries to craft, he is out of his mind. No.
Let's explore this way.
I'm surprised the zone actually closing that much. So actually, that spot wasn't that good. I thought it was going to have that development still in zone. And it ends on you guys, not even Hammond. Oh, this is GG. I've seen this zone before. It literally ends in this corner. Bottom left corner multiple times. However, it could possibly end at the rock archway. I've had an end zone land there before. Mostly tends to land in this little corner here. So whoever has height on this donut building, like you guys have, most times secures the dub because it's very hard to play. Because I've played down low before. When you have multiple squads, it's a tough position to be in and come out with the win when a team is holding height. But everything is going in your favor so far in terms of the zone, your rotations. Fighting squads and not getting third-partied here. See how they're fighting right now? You don't have to push that. You guys are sitting pretty. There's another Kraber. you guys really want, Ray should make a port down and bring that Kraber up top. So no one can get it, but I guess the Wraith took it. Hit the guys on the death box. There it is. Right there. A little bit lower, I would say. Okay. I guess higher. This is really far. 245.
I'm deploying a portable respawn beacon.
2 squads fighting in Hammond plus you guys. That's 3. Looking for 1, which is possibly the team that was on res beacon. So I'm pretty sure you guys have all the enemies in front of you. No possible chance to get flanked unless they have a Valk and fly up. Never mind, there's the Loba. That might be a solo Loba. And then the 2 teams over in Hammond. And it's always the people that don't know you're looking at them. And it's impossible to hit them. Impossible. They're not strafing your shots. They're just getting lucky. I have the hardest time doing that exact same shot when someone's not looking at you. I feel like it's easier when they're looking at you. And then you try to Kraber them. Unless, obviously, they're looting a death box. Then it's just like a standing duck. Right now, the other 2 teams are fighting. You know for sure this is a solo Loba. If Wraith has port down. Clean this up right away. If you guys all drop and then take port back up, stay on height, then it's a fair squad v squad, and then you guys have fight, and it should be a fairly simple win, especially with 2 Krabers in our team. They held hands throughout the entire game. Didn't get over aggressive. That's key, especially when you're not playing a mobile character. Try not to get over aggressive, unless you get killed a lot of the times. There's a beautiful knock again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Another knock by Wraith there. And he goes to the res. He's gonna get killed. Yep, that's all dead. Self-res and then a solo Loba. Guys, this is not how Platinum games go. Gamer Cletus is literally a god. Oh my goodness. Holy. That's the solo Loba. At this point, I'm just gonna go for a trick shot. Jump off, do a little 360 inspect, and go for the best. There it is. There's the chance. Imagine. Oh, GG. That was an insane game. Not too much room for error there, but it's a good game to look out for when you're noticing how people are holding hands, how they're pushing a fight, when they're backing up. So even though they didn't make too many mistakes, it's good to look at gameplays when they are doing the right things. That way you can implement that in your game. And for those who know what I'm talking about, when you're watching like a streamer play or you watch a YouTube video of a great game, and then you go and hop on the game yourself, you sort of have their mindset on how to play. And then sometimes it works. Other times, maybe not so much, but for the most part, it gets you into that groove of how you should play the game. 6 kills, 2k damage. Let's check the stats here. Caustic has 4 KP, you have max. Wraith has max. Overall, phenomenal job. All right, beautiful faces of the internet. That is going to wrap up Platinum. Yes, it was sort of a dominant game. And keep in mind, if the first gunfight was extended slightly more, I'm talking a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, where you know how the Caustic was shooting at first, where I said to really close the gap and then shoot. If they were all shooting back at a distance, that's going to create a lot more noise. It's going to waste a lot more time. And guess what? Those third parties that came in where you guys wiped them, it would have been harder to wipe them because they would have got involved and made it a very messy situation. So it's all about timing, making sure you're getting quick, clean squad wipes, holding hands, and make sure you guys go on LFG, get some friends. I'm telling you right now, Platinum lobbies is where you really need to start grouping up together. And then, you know what? Take that team into Diamond. If you go through Platinum with that team, add him as a friend, take him to Diamond, and then work your way through Diamond. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, this was Sultan D. I'm signing off. Peace.